Aren't we the two cutest sisters that you ever did see? Hey guys, this is part 2 of my Dragon Age Origins story. Welcome back to Sylvi's adventure, where this episode we may actually leave the house. Last episode saw me create the wonderful Sylvi Boska and have a conversation with our amazing sister Rika, as well as the cave tick Barat. Now as mentioned before, we should probably leave the house. Our good buddy Lesky has a mission for us that Barat was very quiet about the details. Probably nothing good. So we can leave through that door there to head out into Dust Town. Or we can put off the mission a little bit further and have a nosy around this place. See where we've grown up probably our entire lives. Is it really a nosy around if it's our place? I don't know the answer to that, but what I do know is there is a glowing chest in the corner that has our name on it. It does not, but we're going to open it anyway. I'm sure Rika won't mind. Hopefully not, anyway. So we've got a health poultice, a dagger, and a short bow. Let's take all of that. Inventory is divided into two sections: equipped items for the selected character on the left and shared party inventory on the right. You can drag and drop items between the two sides or down the quick bar. Double click to use or equip them automatically, or right click and hold to open the radio menu to interact with items. Oh, that's a lot easier to read. So this is our codex. It's where all the notes go. We've got controls, exploration, journal, and plot helpers. I won't read all those out because they're controls. You guys don't really want to hear about all that. We've got something glowing in notes. We've got credits for one of the DLCs, so I will scroll down in case you're interested. Just, pause and read. And then I'll do it with the, thanks and gifts. I don't know whether any of those are any different names, but there we go. And I think there was another one, culture and history. I think this is, the casteless. I will read this one. The casteless. The caste system in Orzammar includes many groups of privilege, the nobility and the warriors above all others, but to a lesser degree the merchants and the smiths and the miners. Tradition establishes a clear hierarchy, but as in any culture with an upper class, there is also a clear underclass. These unfortunates, the so-called casteless, are believed to be descendants of criminals and other undesirables. They have been looked down upon since Orzammar's foundation. They have taken up residence in a place called Dust Town, a crumbling ruin on the fringe of Orzammar's common areas. Orzammar society considers these casteless lower than even the servant caste. Indeed, the casteless are not allowed to become servants, as it is too honourable a position. They are seen as little better than animals, their faces branded at birth to mark them the bastard children of the kingdom. Their home district, little more than a slum, is a haven for crime, organised and otherwise. Orzammar's guards seemingly cannot be bothered to patrol its streets. The best that casteless dwarves can hope for is a life at the whim of a local crime lord, ended abruptly by violence or an overabundance of the toxic lichen ale. Oh, that paints a very pretty picture. Even so, there is some hope for the casteless, a dangling rope that offers a way up into greater Orzammar society. Since a dwarf's caste is determined by the parents of the same sex, the male child of a nobleman is part of that noble's house and caste. Strangely, it is acceptable for casteless women to train in the arts of courtly romance to woo nobles and warriors. They are known as noble hunters. Any male born from a union is considered a joyous event, Considering the low rate of dwarven fertility, the mother and entire house are then taken in by the father's house, although they retain their caste. The dwarves we know on the surface are also considered casteless once they leave Orzammar, although this is only relevant to those who return, if they are allowed to return at all. Dwarves who leave for the surface, the sun-touched as they're often called behind their backs, lose their connection to the stone and the favour of the ancestors, and thus are worthy of little more than pity, for upon dying they are said to be lost to the stone forever. Put it that way, it seems a sad existence indeed. From Stone Halls of the Dwarves, by Brother Genitivi, Chantry Scholar. So that paints a very good picture of what Sylvi's life has been like, her entire life. Branded at birth, that's horrible. But at the same time, it looks like this was not made by dwarfs, so, you know, could be some biases in there, we don't know. But anyway, let's have a look around the room. This is very messy. Is this my side? I love how these shelves are just empty. They're just there for decoration. We've got some furs up. Are they like bed sheets maybe? We've got just like sheets of metal or maybe wood. We've got a lot of bottles. I like to imagine this is my side because this side looks a lot neater. So I imagine out of the two of us, Rika is probably the more tidy of the two of us. We've even got a little bath. Lovely stone bath where we carry our water, and that looks like a toilet in the corner. Little toilets. Oh, let's get out. So, hello Rika.
What is it? I'm kind of in a hurry.
Oh. Have you heard anything about Darkspawn recently? What's a weird conversation starter?
The soldiers who guard the deep roads bring mixed tales. Attacks on Orzammar have died down, but the breeding sites are bigger than ever. The Shapers say it follows a historical pattern. When the Darkspawn pull back, it's usually to mount an assault on the surface.
Oh, but it's a joke conversation starter, but that's a horrible conversation to have. I've never seen a Darkspawn. What do they look like?
Like a dwarf who was chewed and swallowed by some great beast and spat into a pool of acid. I saw the corpse of one Prince Treant slew, and I couldn't sleep for days.
How far do the deep roads extend, do you think?
The nobles say they once covered the entire empire, but it's been a long time since they were anything but a buffer zone against the Darkspawn.
Well, let's talk about something more exciting, less sad.
Whatever you like, as long as we finish in the time it takes me to fasten this sleeve.
You're not even reaching to fasten your sleeve, love. My sister. Have you had much competition lately in attracting nobles?
Well, there are enough of us now that they have a name for us. They call us noble hunters. It's not like we're stalking them for food. If they didn't want what we're offering, believe me, there'd be nobody doing it.
I mean, I'm not judging. I don't understand what he wants you to do. I do. So, and I think Sylvi does as well. That's a bit of a cruel question. Why do nobles want children so badly? Well, we just read about that. They've got low fertility. Why would a noble raise our family up if you have his kid? Ick, that's enough about you getting pregnant. Let's ask about why a noble would raise their family up. Because I understand they would, but why is that practice? You know, why not just take the kid and run?
After they tell everyone the ancestors cursed us because we're casteless, no noble wants that said of his son's mother. If I give birth to a noble son, I'd become his concubine, an official member of his house as long as the child lives. My family comes with me to ensure I keep no ties to Dusttown.
Oh, that's perfectly reasonable explanation. That answers pretty much all of my questions that I have. I mean, We also mentioned this in the previous episode about why do they want children so badly. It's because they're the only ones that are fighting the Darkspawn, and so they keep getting killed. But why do they want children so badly? Let's ask. Maybe Rika has a different opinion.
There are few enough of us even without the Darkspawn. With the boys lost every year in the deep roads, Orzammar will only keep shrinking. The noble lords all need to provide new sword arms for their house, and their wives can't do it alone.
Yeah, pretty much exactly what we were saying, but that is enough about you and getting pregnant, because ick.
If you want to talk about something less icky, you'll have to think of it yourself.
Yeah, that's like 2 conversation starters that were both ick for completely different reasons. So what else should I know about Brat? Ick conversation number 3.
Well, you've seen more of his bad side than I have. Barat likes to call himself a provider. He says he has the contacts to get almost everything into or out of Orzammar.
Ooh, should we be very truthful? Because I don't want to work for Barat anymore.
I hate what he makes you do. Believe me, I did not intend for my little sister to become a thug, but there are no other choices. Mother can't work, and there's not enough coin to be made sweeping streets to live even in this pit. You'll have to do what he asks, and just hope it's nothing unforgivable. Someday, one of us will find a better way.
This is leaving a bad taste in my mouth. But if he's so successful, why is he hustling you to some noble?
It's a big risk, gambling that a girl will get pregnant with a son. But it's the only way into the nobility. The only thing in Orzammar Barat wants is the one thing he can't buy.
Why do the guardsmen let Barat get away with so much? I think that was mentioned in the past conversation as well. Because we're castless and they don't give a damn. They don't give a cave tick about
careful.
That cave tick.
He arms his men with cast-offs. Nothing that would insult the warrior caste. And he feeds the guardsmen's vices. Gambling, women, fresh figs from the surface. Whatever they want.
This is leaving a bad taste in my mouth.
Then will you let me finish getting dressed? Or are you determined to talk right through my appointment?
I would love to do that. I would also love to talk all the way through my mission. But I am sorry, I didn't mean to bother you. Goodbye.
Off with you then. Lesky's probably waiting outside.
He probably is. Oh, straight into a wall. Let's go through the door. And this must be the living room where our mother lives. There's 3 of us living here, but there's 2 beds. How does that work? Carla. Hey, Mama.
Who's that? Why are you bothering me? Rika?
It's the guardsman. You're under arrest for drunkenness. It's the King of Orzammar. I heard you were single. No, Mother, it's Sylvi. Your daughter?
Don't you talk to me like I'm an idiot. You think I don't know my own kid? What are you doing here anyway? Rika said you were finally making something useful of yourself.
I doubt she said that. You know, and you're the one who called me Rika, so you can't talk. If by useful you mean cracking skulls for a smuggler.
What? You thought you'd get a seat on the assembly? Do what you're good for. Get your head in the smoke. Your father was like that too.
At least he managed to get out of here.
Aye. Left me with 2 screaming mouths to feed, not a coin on the table. Had to join the clean crew for the smoke vents. Spent 10 years in those chimneys, soot a finger thick all over my body. All for you. So, you gonna show some sort and gratitude, or do I have to beat it out of you?
I would love to see you try. You have to stop this, Mother. You're killing yourself.
You tell me. Just what do I got that's worth living for?
Oh, there's no talking to you when you get like this. Or should I be truthful? Should I be vulnerable? What about me? What about Rika? Aren't we enough for you?
I know you both hate me. I know what I done to you, but it was for your own good. The world's a cruel place. You had to learn that. You think you'd be where you are now if I'd let you hide from a few slaps? Everything you are, I made you.
I stopped listening to you when I was 6. I'm leaving now. You can drown in that thing for all I care. I do think that I love my mother still. I think Sylvi would have kicked her out by now. Although Rika wouldn't have let her, probably. But do you think that's something to be worth proud of? Do you think that's something to be proud of?
I tried my best. They treat us like dust, tell us we're cursed. How else are we supposed to live? We got nothing. There's no way out for any of us.
You're wrong. I'm gonna make something of my life.
You can try, but you'll never get it off you. Dust Town, it sticks to the skin. You don't bleed red enough for them, and nothing's gonna change that. All you can do is find some way to forget.
I was beginning of that conversation. I was prepared to like completely hate my mother, but now I kind of want to give her a hug, kiss you on the head. But that does mean I imagine she gets like so drunk on a night that she probably sleeps in one of these really hard chairs. Because we've got 2 bottles here. No, 3 bottles. And we've got 3, 4, 5, 6. So those little ones, bottles, I think they're broken ones maybe. So maybe 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So she drinks a lot, so I imagine she gets blackout drunk. What's behind there? Why is there a gap? I wonder why there's just stacks here. Who knows? But I really don't think we can avoid it any further, so let's go see what Lesky and Barat's got for us. Onwards to Dust Town.
About sodding time. I was starting to think I'd have to bust in and get an eyeful of that spicy sister of yours. Growl.
Growl. Haven't I told you to never talk about my sister that way?
You're just jealous because you want the majesty of Lesky for yourself, you shameless hussy. What
I
do you
mean,
say?
I noticed that very short skirt. When I saw your majesty, the scepter was a little soft.
I kind of hoped you'd forgotten that. But we'll have to keep chatting. We better get down to business.
I was hoping our mission was me making fun of you.
No such luck. Boss says we're out for a search and discipline. One of his smugglers is holding out on him. Name's Oskias, some surfacer. Barat got word that he's been selling shipments topside that never make it to Barat's ears down here. He wants us to find the rotter and see what goods he's holding back.
He's stealing from Barat. I like him already.
Well, yours will be a short and tragic relationship. You ready to show him some pain?
Any idea where this Oskias is?
All he told me is find him. Duster's got some family from the merchant caste. He's probably staying near their quarters.
What sort of goods are we trying to find?
You know, gold, lyrium, spices. Anything that Barat might cut someone's head off to get.
Fine, but let's at least find out what he's done.
Whatever lets you sleep at night, my friend.
Oh. Controlling party members. So I guess we're in a party now. What else have we got here? We've got conversation history. Oh, Your Majesty. Yep. Yep. And yep. Teach Ascaius a lesson. So this is Dust Town. Oh, it looks cool even for a 2009 game. You can really tell you're underground, but it doesn't look cramped and small. Just look how high the ceiling is. It looks like you can see like buildings up there. There's lava in the corner. I think that's supposed to be lava. Yeah, lava. So don't know which way we're supposed to go. Let's explore Dust Town. Which is my house? Is that home? Yeah, there's nothing here. Area map. Let's have a look around. Hey dude. Beggar. Yeah, you can definitely tell that this place is the slums. You never come here unless you have to. That's probably where people sleep. Goyliner? Hey Goyliner.
2 bits for the needy.
The needy? Who do you think you're looking at, old man?
I seen you before. You're one of Barat's girls, the one with the sword. You don't know from needy. Not until you're my age.
What happened to you then?
I used to work in the mines, checking the new tunnels for bad air. Sent me down with a candle, and there must have been a pocket of gas, because it went up like dragon's breath. Healer saved my life, but I can't half walk. What's a man supposed to do?
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but that's not really my problem.
Sorry fills more bellies when it comes with coin.
Is there anything you can give me for my money?
Ooh, you drive a hard bargain, soldier. You looking for someone to shine your shoes, clean your pots, keep you warm at night?
That's, Oh, yeah. Have you seen a surfacer named Ascaius?
Is that what you're looking for? That's worth 10 bits, no?
Oh, tell me, or your body might end up blocking a mine shaft. No. Yeah, let's Well, I wouldn't actually kill him, I'm just intimidating him.
Barat don't like it when you do killings off his books. I don't know much, but I know that. So clear out, Duster. I wouldn't take your coin anyway.
Worth a shot. That would have been an easy way to complete the mission, but I guess we're gonna have to look a bit harder. Now let's clear out before the guard attacks us. Got a beggar here. Some more beggars. Just having a look, see what.
Spare silver. My boy needs medicine. The docs say he won't wake without it.
A silver? You think I've got silver? How much money have I got? Will it tell me? I'd assume inventory maybe. Oh, I've not even got any bits, so I don't know why I was like trying to bribe that guy with them. Maybe he would have taken the money if I actually had it. Oh, let's head to the commons. So, first outing as a Lachian thug is not being too good. I tried to bully an old man and it went badly. Oh, this is a nice area. I feel like we don't belong. Your clothes look weird. This lady's got magic clothes. Can I talk to you?
What are you
Hey,
doing here,
lady.
Brand?
Excuse you?
Disgusting. Get away from me.
Excuse you?
Disgusting, get away from me.
Are we gonna have problems here, dude?
Sounding castless breed like rats.
It's not like I can do anything. Don't even look too angry, but, you know. What a rude man. Oh, hey, there's a named MP. Whoa. Whoa. My game is going crazy just a little bit.
Good day there, sweetness. You looking to make a quick bit? You could be just what I'm after.
Oh. You really need, like, me to get a quick bit? Because you've got magical changing clothes, dude. Are you asking what I think you are?
That depends what you're thinking, but you've got some good fortune that it doesn't look like you're making full use of. You look like you've still got all your teeth, nice and healthy. I craft replacements for nobles who have lost theirs. I can pay you real handsome for some of those. 1 silver for 2. What do you say?
Oh. Oh. No. No, thank you. I'm not quite that desperate yet. Is there a way to politely turn him down? Don't you have any legitimate work for me?
No work's legitimate if they let you do it, sweetness.
You got a point.
The Assembly declared back in Darbier's reign that it insults the ancestors for casteless to perform any work the recognized lineages can do. Now, do you want it or not? 1.5 silvers, and that's my best.
You said 2 minutes ago! Maybe I should just take that silver myself. No, never mind. I was just leaving.
Suit yourself. Plenty of brands are willing.
Then go ask them. Oh. Oh. This game is glitchy. Did you just change clothes as well, or did you just zoom? Oh, this is weird.
Have you heard? King's got a team who found traces of Bronca in the deep roads.
Oh? Found her body, did they?
No, tools. Signs of camp. Things like
Blanca.
that.
Paragon or not, Bronca's dead. She's been gone 2 years. No one survives the deeps that long.
They found traces of Branca in the deep roads. I wonder who Branca is. Oh, Linda.
Lesky, you old scamp. What are you doing here? Trying to charm me out of another set of ribbons for your girl?
Trying to talk you into being my girl, Olinda. You know my heart's breaking for you.
Don't you go saying that around my husband. Who's your friend?
God, I need to come up to the merchant area. I need to up my standing because they've got these weird magical clothes. I can't believe. No, I'm Sylvi. Pleased to meet you. We can be polite.
You're welcome to look around. I'll slide on the markup since you're Lesky's friend, but I can't give anything away for free.
I'll take a look.
Just don't touch anything if you can't meet the price.
I can't meet the price. I don't know why I'm looking. Ooh, that looks like for poisons and stuff. I could sell my plate. But I maybe shouldn't. I should maybe save it. Wine. Okay, thank you. Thank you for letting me look.
Great prices on all arms and armor, like they were crafted by the Paragon Smith Bronca herself.
Bronca. Adamaro? Adamaro?
Do you mind? I have nothing you can afford, and as long as you're here, no one else will come.
Who are you then?
My name is Adamaro. I come down here twice monthly with goods from the surface, which you'd know if you could afford any.
You're a merchant? Why do you wear a castless face brand?
Same as you. It's illegal for me to walk here without one. I'm from the surface, so by the law of assembly, I'm castless.
but I think of the brand as just a part of the license to vend my wares. I use a washable ink, and when I return home, it's gone first thing. I cannot imagine wanting to wear the beastly thing every day.
I got it when I was a baby at birth. Dumb guy. You think I choose to live like this?
You certainly don't choose to live any other way.
Oh.
If you were on the surface, you could open a shop, claim land, and start a farm, and get legally married by the human chantry. Orzammar is the only place in the world that will treat you like this. Yet you all stay. I'll never understand it.
But isn't the surface disgusting and full of humans? They say surface dwarves lose touch with the stone. If I wanted to be called an idiot, I'd ask my mother.
And what has the stone done for you? At least on the surface, you won't be rejected by your fellow dwarves. It always seems sad to me that our homeland is the one place in this world where you're likely to be killed by a fellow dwarf. Now, unless you're gonna buy something, I need to unload and get home before the rain sets in. That's water from the sky, by the way.
Water from the sky. I will not be buying any of your stuff, but I still want to look at your wares.
Fine. But try to steal anything and I'm calling the guards.
I like how I'm like struggling for money. I have no money, and yet because of my DLC items, I could get 4 gold immediately. That's what I got from my father. My father left it with us. You know, it's a family heirloom. Okay. What's that? Tapster's Tavern? Can we even enter
This
there?
place is going to the nugs. Castles running around like they own the place.
Really? This is not a fun place to be. Well, Barat's shop is over there, so let's... Can we even go in the tavern? We can.
The ancestors were smiling on my bets today. Another round from the house.
Hey, there's our guy. I can tell by the giant arrow over his head. There's the sim we're looking for.
They say the warrior cast is hosting a proving so the Grey Wardens can look again.
Would it help if I reload the area? Let me just try reloading it, see if that helps at all. There we go. Maybe. No, is that worse? That's worse. That's very worse. Third time's the charm, though. No, just ignore it and move on. Move it and ignore. Hey, Skyus.
Hey, I was saving that seat.
That's real thoughtful of Skyus. It's tiring work looking for you.
How do you know my name?
I mean, it really wasn't tiring work. This is the first place we looked. Let's just say we've got a mutual friend. We're here to stop you from making a big mistake.
I don't know what you're talking about. You probably have the wrong Escaias, see? I just got here this morning. I'm usually on the surface and...
So you're not the turncoat two-faced swindling duster Barat told us about.
I never did anything. Barat's got no reason to send you after me.
If you did nothing wrong, you've got nothing to fear, right?
I just want to make sure nobody, does anything too hasty.
Of course not. This is just a friendly inspection.
Making sure you didn't accidentally pocket any processed lyrium, you know.
Look, I always been loyal to Barat. He's been good to my family. I know how much I owe him.
Fine, then I'll just kill you and plant the evidence later. Then why have you been holding out on him?
I haven't. I wouldn't.
You think that's going to convince me?
I'm getting out of here. You two are mad. Barat knows I'd never betray him. I'll tell him myself.
You're not going anywhere. Could everyone who isn't about to die please turn around for a moment? This may be unpleasant. Thank you.
You can't do this. Help! Call the guardsmen! This is murder!
You two let me know if you need anything. I'll be in the back.
This is a
The
bunch of rats.
blackness of
You're gonna kill me for that?
space. I wish there was another way.
Then let me go. Tell Barat you killed me. I can run to the surface. He's never got to hear of me again. I'll give you the lyrium. Do whatever you want with it. Give it to Barat. Sell it yourself. I don't care.
Why would I take that kind of risk?
Keep the lyrium. It's worth plenty to the right buyer.
That is an interesting plan.
Are you breathing smoke? Barat will kill you if he catches you with his lyrium.
Me? You think I wouldn't share this with my best friend?
Well, that's a whole other story. We need to sell it before we go back to Barat, and to someone who won't run to him. Tell you what, cut me in 50 and we'll take it to Olinda. Remember her? She likes me and refuses to work with the old man.
Deal.
Then what happens to me?
I'm killing you as far as Barat knows. Got it? Witnesses talk. I'm killing you as far as Barat knows. Got it?
Yes, yes. I'll go back up to the surface right now. I'll move to Orlais, to Antiva. Thank you. You're as kind as you are beautiful. May the ancestors bless your steps.
Oh, he called me beautiful. This place is horrendous. We need to leave. Oh, that's... no!
Was that smart? If Barat finds out Oscaius ran, he'll kill you. He'll kill me. He'll make you kill me, then yourself. Then he'll probably stew us and serve us to the poor.
Too late for regrets. He's halfway to the surface by now.
We should sell this quick and report back before Barat starts wondering what's taking so long.
Well, don't blame me for that.
Unless you think we should give it all to Barat.
Should we keep it all, or should we sell one and tell Barat we found one on Oscaius? I'd say that he wouldn't really trust us if we just gave him one. Because he had one on him, why wouldn't we have the other one on him? Why wouldn't we sell it all at once? Which is what we're going to do. We're keeping it all.
Then let's head back to Olinda.
Olinda, we've got stuff for you.
What are you two doing back here?
Actually, we've got some lyrium to sell you.
Well, that's not what I was expecting to hear cross those lips. Where exactly would someone like you pick up lyrium?
Where do you think?
I think that's probably something I should never know.
I think you're
Didn't
right.
I tell you she's a gem?
How much do you have?
2 nuggets.
I can give you 30 silvers per nugget.
Only 30?
It's less than it's worth, I won't lie to you. But the market for it's topside, and that won't be easy for me to reach. And I'll have to find a buyer who won't ask where it came from. For that, I can't afford more than 30.
Why is lyrium so valuable anyway?
Because we have it, and the folks topside need it. It's what their mages use to power their spells. And it's the only metal that'll let magic stick to a shield or sword. Now, do you want the deal or not?
Yep, I'll sell you 2 nuggets.
Alright then. Let me take that off your hands. And you probably shouldn't come around here for a while, just in case.
Well, it's the first time we've ever met, so let's go.
We really should get back to Barat.
Well, she gave me 30, so... Or was it 30 for 1? So I've got 13, you've got 30? I don't know. So that is there, I assume. So let's go, or do we want to buy something with it? No, not yet. No. Let's go. Keep it cool.
The king's old. His rule won't hold much longer.
Prince Balin seems far more sympathetic to our interests than Trian.
Balin has some tastes of his own that he knows I can provide. We'll finish this later. It's about time you two showed up. What happened with Ascaius?
He didn't have any lyrium or gold on him.
What kind of rot are you trying to feed me?
He told us he'd be putting together a side deal for lyrium, but he'd already sold it.
Very interesting. Seeing how my cousin was at the tapsters this afternoon.
Oops.
And he says he saw something change hands between you and Ascaius. And then the duster sodding stood up and walked out on his own 2 feet. Does that sound like what I asked? Jarvia, what does that sound like to you?
Sounds like some jumped up face brands thought they could take a bribe and let him walk free. That's just not right.
The lady says it's not right. You wouldn't disagree with a lady, would you?
She's like an evil mirror of myself. But, you know, I didn't say I was, you know, I'm not stupid enough to kill Ascaius in public.
Right. I mean, no one's gonna say spit to you, Barat. But we can't move that free. We needed to get Ascaius somewhere private. We took him to the lava sinks behind the mines. You won't be seeing him again.
You think I'll trust you over my own blood? This one's been thinking to defy me since the day we met.
Yes, I
Thinks
have.
she's got some big britches to fill. And she's never checked to see she doesn't have anything to put in them. You're both on loose sand with me. But I'll give you one more chance. One job.
You really shouldn't. You should not trust me at all. I do not like you. I would stab you in the back if I had half a chance. Let me guess. I really don't have a choice.
You're catching on. The Warrior Cast is hosting a proving today. All the best fighters, last man standing, you know the sort of thing. They're showing off for some Grey Warden who's looking for candidates to drag off to a life of eternal glory. Now, it's not often we get every named fighter in Orzammar lined up like that. And I have certain acquaintances who take an interest in this sort of thing.
Well, that's very ironic. A Grey Warden who defeats Darkspawn on the same afternoon that I talked to my sister and she said that I could defeat all the Darkspawn? Coincidence? Yes. You're taking bets on the fighters?
There's a lot of coin to be made when people get the fever up. Favorite fighter's an officer named Minar, veteran of 4 Darkspawn campaigns. Evaird's a long shot. Just got back from a deep roads offensive. Some young buck who has all the ladies drooling. I've got a lot of money riding on him. Mine and other people's. I expect to see that 8-to-1 pay off. Understand?
How am I supposed to help Evard win?
The fight only gets announced to contestants themselves to prevent illegal gambling. So first, you'll have to find Evard, see who he's fighting and when. When the name Minar comes up, I want you to slip this drug into the bastard's water. It'll slow his reflexes, just enough to take the edge off, not enough to show. But it wears off quickly, so don't use it until just before his fight.
Does Evard know you're doing this?
He's the kind of warrior who wants to show off his oiled physique to a cheering crowd. You think he wants scum like us making money on him? Don't let him know what you're doing. Just find his chamber, see when he's fighting, then go to Minar and dump the drug.
Should we ask more questions about this? We've already pissed him off a lot. How are we supposed to get to his water? I don't think he really cares how we do it, as long as we do it.
He should have an alcove for his pre-fight preparations. All the fighters are provided basins of water. If you're asking how to sneak in there, you're pretty much saying you're no good to me.
Well, he gave me way more information than I thought I would get from him. So what is his drug?
I'm not asking you to distill it, just drop it into a basin. That's all you need to know.
Would we know where the proven is? Well, Alinda didn't recognise me at all, so I don't think I've been here that often, so I'll ask, where is the proving?
It'll be in the big arena north of the Commons. Normally castless aren't allowed on the grounds, but I got you a pass. It says you're there to clean up the waste trenches, not to watch the fights, so don't look conspicuous.
Alright, we'll go now.
You bet you will. Here's your pass to get on the grounds. The proving starts as soon as the clock strikes. And when I say I have coin on this, I'm not talking about some pittance, like the value of your life. If I don't see a Verd's name on the winner's sheet, you'd better make sure I never see you or your sister ever again.
Okay. I completely failed to convince him of anything, I think. Where's that codex entry? Oops, I just missed it. Journal? Proving loyalties. Haha, pun. Make sure Avard wins provings. Avard? They said his name so many times I've already forgotten it. Some more controls, merchants. Not really important. Cool. Oh, we've got two. The city of Orzammar. The dwarves are lauded for their craftsmanship, and the city of Orzammar is one of their finest works. Orzammar lies at the heart of the Frostback Mountains, deep underground. The city arcs outward from the royal palace, which is built around a natural lava vent, continually fountaining liquid rock, which both lights and heats the entire cavern. The topmost tier of Orzammar is home to the noble caste, with their palaces fanning out in both directions from the court of the king, as well as the Shaperat, which serves as repository for all dwarven knowledge. The lower tier is the commons, where the merchant caste holds sway, and the finest works of Orzammar craftsmen are for sale. In the center of the river of lava, connected to the commons by a causeway, are the proving grounds, a sacred arena where the dwarves, by ancient tradition, settle their disputes. On one side of the fiery river are the ruins of old dwarven palaces, fallen into disrepair, which the locals call Dust Town, now home to the city's castless. On the other side of this river are the deep roads, which once joined the sprawling dwarven empire together, but now, after centuries of darkspawn incursions, are largely sealed off. Nearly all knowledge of this network of underground passages has been lost, even to its builders. From In Pursuit of Knowledge, The Travels of a Chantry Scholar, by Brother Genitivi. And then the proving. Valos Atridum. In the 23rd year of the reign of King Ragnar Aeducan, an old man of the servant caste was accused of stealing a sapphire ring from his employer, Lord Dace. The servant was stripped of his position, he and his family thrown to the streets, and soon after the servant died. The son of the disgraced servant challenged Lord Dace to a proving, declaring that his father had been the victim of cruel injustice, and the ancestors would hear him bear witness. Lord Dace had no choice but to accept. On the sacred stone of the proving ground, the nobleman faced the servant boy. Lord Dace carried a sword crafted for his own hand, and was clad in his great-grandfather's armor. The servant boy had neither armor nor weapon. When the battle began, the boy fought like a whole pack of angry deep stalkers, flinging himself upon the startled lord, wrenching the sword from his hand, and prying at his armor with bare fingers. The boy knocked Lord Dace to the ground and beat him until the lord begged mercy. The boy and his family were reinstated to their place in the Dace household, and the virtue of the boy's father was not questioned again. The ancestors had spoken, and no one would question their word, as told by Shape of Vortag. I mean, they returned to the Dace household. Like, if I was Lord Dace, I would never look that boy in the eye ever again. Or maybe, dwarves are proud. Maybe he was impressed. Who knows? So we've got to head to the proving ground. I need to see if I can do anything about the graphics. They're a bit weird. Okey-doke, let's head up this way.
Go back to your dirt pile, scum.
This looks like a bridge to a river, so I assume that is the way to the proving ground. But I think that is enough for now. I think this is where we'll stop. Head to the proving grounds tomorrow. We've explored both Dusttown and the Commons. We've made mistakes and we've seen the horror of horrendous graphics. We've seen the blackness, the true blackness in that tavern. And really, if we think about it, why would we not think that somebody was spying on us? Because honestly, that was a very public place to air all that dirty laundry. So next time we'll head to the proving and we will hopefully help Evard, and hopefully that cave tick will not then stab at us in the back. But before I do go, I want to ask you guys a question. In that codex that I was reading right at the beginning, let me see if I can find it. It was somewhere in the Castless. They called things sun-touched, which I think is very interesting. It's an interesting way that the dwarves would obviously call somebody from the surface sun-touched, because obviously no sky, just rock. So I was thinking, how do dwarves separate their day? Because for us it's, morning, afternoon, night. If you're, in the rock, underground all the time, you wouldn't really use those words. I think, personally, they'd use meals. So, like, we'd say, I'll meet you in the morning. Maybe they'd say, I'll meet you after first meal. Or, I'll see you tonight. I'll meet you after last meal. I don't know. Do any of you guys have opinions? If you do, let me know. And I will see you later. Thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me in the next episode. Bye.